Organic King of the Dot, you already know what it is. Battle of the Bay 6, we're here in lovely San Francisco, enjoying the Bay life, you already know. My favorite part of the weekend, well, obviously the battles, man. I think the whole event was crazy. You know, some of the battles were just insane, man. Like the vibe, everything just at the event, how friendly everybody was, how open everyone was, and meeting all, new sorts of fans and everything like that. I think that's probably my favorite thing, is being able to come out and meet people that traveled to be here, traveled to come out strictly for this event, interacting with the fans that come out. That's always my favorite part. With a lot of the Toronto events, I really don't get too much of an opportunity to, be out. So when I come out to San Francisco and, Oakland and everything, we got the West Coast team, I get to, get a little bit of leverage with reaching out to the fans and being able to be a little more interactive. The cards and the weight that they're holding right now is just going to be, it's just the beginning block, because this is what we always wanted to do. But when we were coming up, we were holding Grand Prix to try to build people's name up, to try to develop the talent pool and everything like that. Now that I think we've matured more as a company, we have the talent and we have everything. So now we've organized it to where we're going to be able to hold a couple mega events a year, just do them in different cities rather than trying to oversaturate one city with so much that it's not holding as much weight. The world's a big place, you know what I mean? We can have big events everywhere, but that's how it's going to be from here on out. I mean, we're always looking to hold mega events and stuff like that. We're still going to be doing the ground zeros and everything, but now that we're not going to be doing the Grand Prix, we're not rushed on events and everything like that. We don't have to hold an event every month. I think now that we're able to sit back, take our time, put together the cards that we want to see, the cards that the fans want to see, and it's just a growing trend, because these are really what get people's attention going. This is what get people talking, and this is what people want. And I mean, that's what we're here for. I mean, Blackout's going to have a new little vibe to it. We're doing something a little bit different with this event. We're gonna have a surprise for people. I don't want to announce it yet. Even though Battle of the Bay is over, I think, I'm gonna make the announcement soon about what we're gonna be doing with Blackout, but it's gonna be a little more trying to bring the excitement back to the actual event itself, and trying to just, like, make social media go a little crazy. So we're gonna do an experiment with Blackout. Hopefully, I feel like, we branded Blackout now for 3 years. It's one of the most recognized battle events worldwide. So I feel like, we're gonna do something crazy with this one and experiment a little bit and have some fun with it. So, I can't elaborate too much on it, but when it happens, y'all will know, and I hope you guys enjoy it. It's just trying to keep innovating and keep things interesting as far as fans, events, viewers, and everything. The whole point of this is entertainment, man. So as long as we can continue to entertain y'all, even outside of the battles, with potential of things, and keeping your mind entertained, I mean, that's our main goal.
We have events in Toronto, now in the West Coast again, of maybe even going down south and putting an event down there, or even maybe in another part of the world.
Yeah, we've actually, I was talking to the homie Chubby, maybe doing one out in Sweden or something like that, and, I've been talking to Cab about, maybe bringing back another little legendary event called Grizzlemania, do that in Miami or something like that. Just try to, like I said, dude, we're not here to create a monopoly. We're just here to throw dope events and stuff that gets people exciting. And, you mentioned the fact of, hey, we may bring Grizzlemania back. Everyone got that little smirk to it, you know what I mean? Like, okay. Well, it's just one of those things where battle rap is opinion-based, right? So, like, in any battle, it's really on what your opinion is on who you thought won, and that's the thing, right? Like, we can do judge battles, but no one's ever satisfied. People always think someone got robbed and everything, and then the rappers start to feel like, discouraged because they feel like they got robbed, and those are 5 people of the thousands that are watching it, and when you hold an event live, it's hard to capture everything. You can't take in all the bars. A lot of stuff go over your head, but when you watch stuff on video, you miss like the live presence. So it's really hard to judge battles because they come out so differently on camera. You know what I mean? And that's through my experience. I've been doing this for 5 years. It doesn't matter who you have judging. People are going to complain regardless, and it affects the videos big time. I mean, you look at battles that are judged that are super close, and you see the fans hating, they click and dislike, they don't want to promote the video, the rapper lost, blah, blah, blah. Where if that battle just didn't have a judgment, I think that, the fans would be more appreciative of it, and they push it around more. They're like, it thrives in the comments and everything. People are commenting more. There's more to debate and everything, rather than just people being pissed off at the judges and the league and the other rapper. You know what I mean? The people that, I think it just makes sense more to do promo, man, like, these days, because it's so opinion based and the rappers are all on such a level that, saying any of them lose is tough. Plus, with all the different styles being involved with an event like Battle of the Bay 6, where you have street rappers against, like, some of the, non-street rappers and stuff, it's really based on opinion. You're going to have some people that think this guy won, some people that think this guy won. So really, it's just, let's just leave it up to the fans, you know what I mean? That's what the battlers seem to want. I think it reflects well on the viewership. People just want to keep, we're watching this for the battles, you know what I mean? We're not watching this for a judgment, you know what I'm saying? So as long as the battles hold weight and do really well, then I don't think fans are too discouraged that they're not judged. I mean, I like the competitive spirit in the judge battle, but at the same time, it's really discouraging to see someone, you know what I mean, lose the drive because they've lost a couple super close battles, you know what I mean? And I feel like that affects a lot of people more than they think. So I think the main thing with us staying ahead of the curve is just the dedication we have, you know, I mean, the people we have involved in King of the Dot is just, you know, the drive everyone has and how passionate everyone is for the scene. We're all involved in it as fans more than just staff, you know, and that's what continues us to stay ahead because, you know, us being fans of it, we get a general idea of what the actual fans want, you know, so, you know, sticking together, working together, and, you know, just trying to stay ahead of things, man. We never look at it as competition with other leagues. We just continue to do us. You know, over the last 5 years, we remain consistent, and that's just our main goal, is just continuing to provide a good product and, you know, having fun while doing it and making sure everyone else is enjoying themselves too. It's never one of those things where like, yo, we got to do this better than this person. It doesn't work like that. I mean, you know, we just like doing what we do, and as long as we keep doing it, that's how we stay ahead because people trust us. You know, the relationships we built with the rappers, you know, it goes a lot more than, you know, setting up a battle. These are our friends. These are the people I grew up with, you know, so we all work together. And like I said, man, we always keep everyone's best interest in mind, from the rappers to everything. So I think that helps us, you know, continue to be able to put together great matchups because the actual rappers trust our vision. They trust the fact that, like, we're there to help you guys complete your goals. We're not here to just try to, you know, work you like a slave or something, man. We're here to try to, like, you know, help you complete what you want to complete.
How important is it to you to get these rappers from the East Coast to come over to the West and the West to the East and really just kind of signify everything as one, you know?
I mean, it's super important because everyone's comfortable when they're at home, but I mean, you got to build your fan base outside of your local district as well, and I think that's what this really happens. When East Coast rappers come out here, they develop new fans out here. When West Coast rappers go to the East, they develop new fans there, and I think that's super important because you got to appeal to all your fan base and all the fan base that you can reach. It's you know, and I think it's super important for the simple fact that, like, you know, the competitive spirit, and, you know, you get the different styles in different parts of the world. So battle rap is very, how can you say, like, you know, there's a lot of different styles, and where you live is basically reflects on your style. So, you know, for people to be doing all that stuff, you get to see the different styles, and that's what's entertaining about battle rap, is the unknown factor, not knowing how a battle's gonna play out. So when you put a street rapper up against, like, you know, a perfect example is someone like Caustic versus Cortez. They're not really two styles that, like, you would say, hey, these guys are similar, but they're both dope in their own sense. So being able to put those two together, you're gonna get a battle where you don't really know what the outcome is gonna be. You don't really know what to expect, but that's what makes it intriguing. You know, the unknown factor plays a heavy role, and I think that's what's exciting about all this. Even when bringing the international battlers in and everything like that, it's just the unknown factor. Like when we brought Nilsum Skills over for the first time, and, you know, no one even, you know, English was a second language, so it was like super exciting just to see him be able to rebuttal something in the English language and think of that. And it's important for everyone. I mean, everyone kind of embraces it, and it gives people like that little bit of excitement to see how big this actually is. And we're taking people from all over the world, and that just goes to show, like, not only these people competing, but there's people watching all over the world. So having everyone come together and battle in different parts, you're expanding the viewership for everybody.
What are your thoughts on the Corey Sharon situation with BET?
I mean, it's frustrating as a rapper, man. I know what Sharon's feeling right now because, like, you know, me, myself, that's one of the main reasons I started King of the Dot, is because as a rapper growing up, I would go to all these shows, and, you know, they weren't what you expected. You look forward to these events so much when you're a rapper, you know, and when you go there and it's not the setup that you want, it just feels real lackluster, like it discourages you. You're not as excited as you were when you were thinking of the event, and then you get there and it's not what you wanted it to be. So, I mean, I know how Sharon feels because he worked for that spot, he busted long hours, and, you know, it's disheartening and it's discouraging, you know what I mean? It's frustrating to work for something and think you have this opportunity and then for it to be stripped from you. I mean, for any rapper, that's discouraging, but that's one of the main reasons we started King of the Dot, is because, you know, we want to make sure that we provide the rappers with what they want. And that's one of the reasons, you know, I think we're successful, is because we deal with the rappers so much, and, you know, they know we're on our side. We're not going to offer them something and take it away from them, you know what I mean? Like, we're here to build with them. This isn't a company that's, you know, just trying to make money. This isn't a company that's, you know, just trying to get ratings. This is a company that actually cares about the people that are working with us, and, you know, we want the best for everyone, you know what I mean? Like, I always say, man, like, you could decipher a good person whether you win the lottery and they're secretly mad at you thinking you don't deserve it, or a friend that's genuinely happy that you're just doing good for yourself, you know what I mean? And I think the whole staff are genuine people that want to see every rapper do good for themselves, and I think that's what makes us a little bit different. So as far as Sharon goes, I think you know, it's a learning curve for him because he has to, like, you know, as a rapper, you learn. You can't really rely on other people. You can't rely on other people's opportunities. You need to create that path yourself. And, you know, Sharon's done a great job doing it. And, you know, hopefully he just takes it as, you know, a learning curve and use it as motivation. You don't need to rely on other people when you're that talented. So I think Sharon knows that, and I think, you know, he's doing what he can. It's not going to throw him off or anything, but it's one of those things that he's going to be able to look back at and, you know, talk about. You know, he didn't get this, but look what you made yourself, you know? Sharon's like a little brother to me, man. Like, he's one of the kids that, like, you know, he really takes what other people have to say into consideration. He's a very smart kid. So, you know, I was just able to tell him, like, look, bro, like, you know, when I got screwed over by BET and everything, now that I look back at it, it's probably one of the better things that happened to me in my life, because that's what gave me that final push to be like, yo, I can't rely on other people to make my career. I can't rely on other people to make my move. I need to do this myself, and I need to, you know, put it in the hands of people I trust rather than relying on people I don't even know, you know? So I think Sharon took that in, and, you know, you see him now, he's recording his own BET cypher. He's taking stuff into his own hands, and that's what you need to do as a rapper. You can't rely on other people. You are your own brand, you know what I mean? You dictate your future.
Seeing, you know, Lada Zay and Big K having a really big success in, you know, their opening or their debut for King the Dot, is this something we're always going to see now in future events of trying to pull new artists that people haven't seen in King the Dot, just to, you know, make them, you know, give them that opportunity to expand their boundary?
Of course, man. I think, you know, we don't discriminate. We're like, you know what I mean? To be honest with you, like, you know, as rude as it sounds, like, I don't care where you come from, you know what I mean? We just want dope rappers, you know, people that can put on a good show, people that are going to contribute to the movement, the culture, and everything, and just continue to build. I mean, it's super important to be bringing in fresh new talent and giving fans, like, fresh people to look out for, because, like, you a fan of anything, you're also looking for the longevity of what you like, you know what I mean? You're not just looking for time being. You like to say, like, hey, this guy in a couple years is going to be real crazy, you know what I mean? And that's what makes it exciting, to see if they actually progress into that person you thought they were going to be, or that person they're not, or having people develop all this hype and then putting them on the main stage and seeing how they develop and how they, you know what I mean, even come in and how comfortable they get and everything like that. I think it's dope, man, and we're going to continue to always bring new people in. I mean, that's one of our goals, is to keep, you know, the people coming in and, you know, refreshing with new faces and everything, and just bringing new talent and, you know, expanding the viewership, like I said before. One of the main things is properly developing talent. You see it in a lot of sports, boxing and stuff like that, where a fighter will get a lot of hype, you know what I mean? And then they throw him against a big dog, even though he's a young dude, and he gets smashed. But, you know, it's because they rated his potential as skill, you know what I mean? And that's a lot of things that people get confused. Potential doesn't mean skill. Potential means potential skill, you know what I mean? You need to let them develop that potential. So throwing them in, you know, to the wolves right away isn't always the smartest decision. It's great. Like, as a rapper, you got to know you need to be able to be constructive and, you know what I mean, take those small steps and work your way up the ladder, because you're going to be looking back one day and, like, those are what are going to matter to you. Those days where you were climbing, that's the stuff you're going to use as your hunger. So, I mean, I think we're doing a pretty good job, and all the people that, you know, succeed through, people like Tycoon Tax and 100 Bullets, when you go back and ask them, I think they're more than appreciative of the fact that they had the time to develop their skills and had the time to, you know, work on all their craft and everything before they jump on the main stage, because now when they jump on the main stage, they're at a level that they actually want to be represented by, you know what I mean? Like, they're not going up there where they're on a big stage and looking back in 2 years like, oh, I shouldn't have done that battle, I wasn't that good back then, I'm so much better now. So I think it's very important to make sure that when people get that proper spotlight, that they're at the right level of skill and that they can display. You know, just spread the word. I think that's the main thing, you know, keep continuing to support. I know it sounds cliche, but, like, the more money the company makes, the better battles we're able to put for y'all. You know, we're not selfish people or anything. We just want to keep providing, like, you know, great content for everyone. So the more money we have to play with from fans coming out, supporting, buying merchandise, buying the pay-per-view, the better matchups we can have. And also just spreading the word, taking a battle, throwing it on social media, showing your friends, doing stuff like that. You're helping, you know, start something big. This is the beginning of something. Like, UFC started 10 years ago when people were just like, you know, they didn't have the power that we have with social media. You know, we have social media on our side. So with our fans, man, you guys can help us a lot more than you think, even by inviting your friends to the Facebook fan pages, or shooting the event page around, or the flyer, or anything like that. I mean, you know, be innovative as a fan too. You can be a part of this stuff, you know, like, you guys are a part of this. So, you know, feel free, man.